Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we got a new game I've been playing. It's called DungeonBorne. It's a dungeon extraction game. If you don't know what a dungeon extraction is, it's basically a game where you get in and out. If you die, you lose everything. The sole objective is like PvP mixed with PvE and whatnot. I think it's fun. I'll probably start making content on this game and multiple other games I've been finding quite fun. On the Weathering Wave situation right now, I've just kind of gotten bored of it. Um, Other than that, we'll get right into it. So they've decided to nerf Rogue out of every other class. The reason for them nerfing it was the current pick rates and escape rates were too high. Um, to be honest, I don't get it. Uh, it seems in this patch they want rogues to fight or want to fight um and not be able to do what they're supposed to do, I suppose, because in this game they made rogues basically the worst PvP class um compared to almost everything else. They have stealth, they have 3 stealth skills, one like actual attack move that does nothing, and a petrification skill that basically takes a player out of the fight, which is pretty busted. But it's pretty easy to counter. So, um, starting off here, this part doesn't really matter too much. The stealth targets are now easier to detect, becoming visible at 15 meters. That is pretty annoying considering that's kind of what rogues can do, is just go invisible and run away. They didn't really make rogues capable of fighting, believe it or not. They really didn't. So, with the next thing, reduce the movement from dexterity, or the bonus from dexterity, which is dumb. It really is. The interaction speed with the portal, that's fine. All interaction speed is capped at 50%. That's also fine. The main like major problems are right here. The swift concealment and vanish, and the dexterity passive. We'll start with the cooldown increase for swift concealment and vanish. So basically what they did here was effectively make rogues catchable by a large margin on just this single like time change. So not only was that a bad decision, but okay, never mind. I read this wrong. But Swift Concealment starts the cooldown when Stealth ends, and I don't think that includes Vanish. Let me know if I'm wrong about that. If so, then this is terrible. Like, completely the worst thing I've ever seen in a game. Other than that, the main problem is this is basically a double time increase by the cooldown, which in hindsight isn't the worst thing in the world, but it's extremely annoying because this just made it so rogues can't like run away, as they're extremely squishy, and the only thing they can do during a fight is use a crossbow. If you go in and try and fight them, you get killed in seconds. Alright, so now getting to the dexterity passive here. Evaporate was extremely great for killing PvE and being able to wipe out rooms in minutes. Now, rogues can't do anything with this skill. They, quite honestly, do not have the capability to play PvE anymore. They, like, like, rogues are basically now just wet paper towels with no capability to being able to fight. Or for number one, they can't fight in close range. They can't fight at long range super effectively. I mean, crossbows are really busted. Don't get me wrong, but if you were to fight another mage at long range, they're gonna win. Besides a cryomancer, no, pyromancer's winning. I mean, that's simple as that. Um, what I don't get is why the dev team decided okay, I understand 100% that they want Rogue, it seems, to be able to help in team fights and effectively help their team. But the problem is that even with these nerfs, it didn't change anything. They're not better at doing their job. If you want them to help, give them buffs to make it so they can help. The main thing people, I think, like, got mad at, it seems, is the fact that rogues got away and then just petrified them and left. I think that's the only, like, major reason people were getting mad at rogues. Just for confirmation, I do not play this game. Like, I'm not a veteran or anything. I only have like 60 hours on this game. Um, so that I'm not like a pro or anything. But for me, I don't think the rogues needed to get hit this hard. If you wanted them to be more PvP orientated, then give them a whole new like ability to be able to fight people. And if you didn't want people to run away, then give them a reason to not run away. Alright? Like, it's that simple. If we were able to have a chance to win the fight, we would take it as rogues. Trust me, we would. It's just the problem is they're taking the data from solo queue. And in solo queue, it's just rogues. You want to know why it's just rogues? It's because you can clear rooms effectively and be able to get out. Which, for some reason, they decided was too broken. And the main part of the game is 3v3s and 2v2s. 1v1s aren't the end-all be-all in this game. Most of the time, you're playing with more than with another person, right? And it just doesn't really make sense to me why they'd decide to nerf rogues this badly if they wanted them to be able to fight players and like have a chance at winning. If we were to fight a Death Knight or a fighter or say a cryomancer or a pyromancer, they have so many ways, and swordmasters, they have so many ways to just keep us from getting backstabs. They can dodge arrows pretty like nicely, and we really can't do anything when it comes to helping a team. You guys need to give us the option to be able to help our team. Simply petrifying people will not be able to save my teammates from getting absolutely obliterated by a pyromancer and a druid and a cryomancer. A cryomancer just puts down his little ice storm and then just throws a fireball at us and then just pops a tree behind us so we can't leave. And then why not just start throwing lightning bolts and pyromancer staffs in it, right? So I just want the devs to know and people to know this is not the way to make rogues a viable class. You have now made rogues completely useless, and I doubt people will even want to play this. It's just, you basically just took a class out of the game. It's that bad. And I don't know if they're gonna, like, listen and change all this stuff, like, and try and make it better, or if they're gonna make it so rogues can actually fight, like, other classes and being able to win. But as they say here, we want rogues who avoid combat to pay a higher price. That's not what you want to do. Give us, like, I guarantee rogues will not want to avoid combat if they know they have a great chance at winning. That's the problem, is that we don't have a chance at winning. If there is a Death Knight or any of the four, like, busted classes, depending on what you think, we will lose, like, 8 out of the 20, or, like, no. We will lose about 18 of the 20 times that we get into those fights. Because we're so squishy, we're built like a wet paper towel, and we are basically screwed if there's any melee classes involved. We have a chance at winning against cryomancers and pyromancers if they're just solo. If they have teammates, we are fucked. There's nothing we can do. Like, genuinely, there's nothing we can do. You guys say, or like people say, oh, just go around and flank them. Well, now we can't even do that. We are now easier to be detected and visible at 15 meters. They will see us before we even get close. Like, it's just not that simple. And all, like, priests and all the, like, even if they had, like, ranged and we were able to get behind them, all they would do is just hold block and just sit there because we can't do anything about it, and then just have their butt-fuck teammates come, ooh, we better go help him, and then just violate the shit out of us. Alright? I just want y'all to understand that these changes are absolute garbage. If you say that these, like, nerfs are great for the game, no, they're not. It's great for the other classes, for sure. I mean, now you don't need to see a rogue in your game. I guess that's what you guys wanted. Anyway, after that rant, and one last thing on the rogue. Um, I really hope the devs decide to, um, like, revert some of these changes, because they can't even do anything in PvE anymore, basically. I mean, we'll just have to see how bad it is. Like, maybe they're still useful. I'm not sure. Um, but hopefully the devs can, like, maybe look at it as, like, an R perspective, because it doesn't seem like they play the game. It just seems like they look at the pick rate and say, oh, well, the pick rate's high and people are getting out, so that means it's broken, right? No, it doesn't mean the class is busted, like, damage wise. It just means that it's busted in being able to get out, which in my opinion doesn't really affect too many people. Considering that you really never see assassins leave in parties of 3. They still stay to help their team. It's only in ones that matters. Anyway, we'll get on to fighter now. Um, blah blah blah. Their ability to break through enemy lines has diminished in the current meta. I personally think fighters are really good, but that's just me. This update provides assistance to fighters, aiming to make them more frontline breakers. I'm pretty sure they were good to begin with, but just me. The effect of strength passive fired up has been changed to E skills. Can now store 2 charges. That's kind of crazy, in my opinion. Fighters now gradually increase their movement speed while whirlwind. Their movement speed during whirlwind by default. That is huge for a buff. I think fighter will be insane now, just in my opinion. Druid, new E skill. HOT to an ally target, continuously restoring life over 30 seconds. Depending on how much that is, that could be either busted or bad, depending. Activating the will passive seed pods. The interval. Okay, wait. I want to know. Does this get rid of the tree? I think. Yeah. This probably gets rid of the tree, right? I don't think we'd be changing this from the tree. In my opinion. Anyway. If not, and the druid has 3 abilities, that'd be kind of crazy. After activating the will pass of seed pods, the interval 2 cast of the E-Skill Force of Nature has been reduced from 5 to 1. Wait, what? Druid treants can critically strike? What? Huh? No. I have to be delusional. No. No, I already hate these things. These things are already the most annoying things ever. Why? Why? I mean, we'll just have to see, right? But to me, that sounds busted. To make them critically strike, doesn't the mage boots give them like 50% crit rate? If it's like purple? Am I crazy? That sounds fucking crazy. Alright, anyway. Druids will seem to be pretty good now. I thought they were pretty decent to begin with, but I didn't really play them way too much, so I wouldn't know. Pyromancer. The second stage of Q, Pyroblast, can now be detected while invisible. When affected by... Okay. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I don't think that's too big of an issue. Alright, now we have Cryomancer. I'm hoping nerfs. I haven't read through this yet, so. The duration of the E-Skill Frost Barrier has been reduced from 8 to 5 seconds, and the skill ceiling effect has been reduced by 50%! Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait, so, wait. Was it 10 HP per second? Or 0.5 second? Was it 0.5 seconds? Someone let me know in the comments if you'd like to. I don't know how much healing it was initially, but if I'm not wrong, it was around 10 every like half a second. Wow, holy shit. That's only like 100 HP. I'm pretty sure it healed around 200 to 300, if I'm not wrong. Right? I might be crazy, but I mean, this doesn't seem too terrible of a change. I don't think 50% is worth the 5 seconds though. Anyway, when using shadow damage one-handed swords, the melee DPS of sword and orb was somewhat overtuned. Additionally, the sword and orb's close range charged heavy attack combined fast shield breaking, slowing, and burst damage, making it difficult for melee characters gaining consistent advantage after closing in on cryos. To adjust this, alright. The damage multiplier for the sword and orb's light attack have been adjusted. 0.6 to 0.6 to 1 to... Wow, that is a massive nerf. Well, well, now... Is it? Is it? It's about like a 0.5? No. It's like a 0.1, it's like a 1.5, it's basically just a 2 nerf on the multiplier. 0.2 nerf, okay. I don't know, well, we'll have to see how much that did to them. The additional cold element damage multiplier for sword and orbs enchantments. By the way, is this going for every other class that has this? That are like druid, pyromancer? I just want to know. The additional cold element for sword and orbs enchantment has been adjusted to from 0.3 to 0.4. So a buff? It got buffed? Weird. These two changes shift more to orb enchantments. Reducing the difference between element and physical swords, decreasing the sustained melee damage output of shadow swords. The damage multiplier for sword and orbs heavy attack has been reduced from 0.75 to 0.5? Okay, 25% nerf? Insane, I guess? Holy fuck. Oh yeah, and this was a 40% nerf. I didn't understand that for a second. Anyway, back to it. in the damage multiplier for its projectiles, Ice Slash has been reduced from 0.5 to 0.3. Wow. Wow. A 40% nerf on that too? That specifically has gotten hit. Wow, okay. I still think Cryomancers will be busted. Me personally, I hate Ice Storm. If you just get a Pyromancer and a Cryomancer together, you just don't win. The Cryomancer just puts you in Ice Storm, and then the Pyromancer melts the shit out of you. It doesn't seem fair to me, but I guess I could be different in that. I haven't played the game for way too long, like I said. I think that's gonna wrap it up. I still don't think these rogue changes were acceptable. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I really don't think rogues needed to get hit this hard. Um, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you think these changes are also bullshit. See you in the next one.